So you're looking to close some e-commerce clients for your social media marketing agency, but you just don't know where to find them, or you just don't know how to find them efficiently and at scale. Trust me, I've been there. It's a headache. So let me show you what I actually did to fix this, and let me show you my solution. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you're new around here, please drop a like, drop a comment. Make sure you turn on a little notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a fire upload, guys. Yeah, do all that good stuff. It helps me with the algorithm, helps me get my word out, and help more people basically in turn. So you're looking to grab some e-commerce clients for your social media marketing agency, because you know it's pretty much at this point like one of the best niches to get into due to what's going on with the world, and just literally you can make a bunch more money per client with e-commerce clients because of the ROAS deals and stuff like that if you perform well and actually generate them amazing sales and stuff like that. But you don't know how to find e-commerce businesses, or you don't know how to find them efficiently. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is break down a couple of methods as to like how I fix this and show you what I've actually done in order to do this. Now I'll keep it real with you guys. Like, one of the main reasons why I didn't want to get into the e-commerce niche and stuff like that at the beginning was because of two things. One, I was kind of worried about not being able to deliver results, and two, I seen that the business model has its difficulties. Why make it even more difficult by going and grabbing e-commerce businesses when there's no directory for them? So like, I remember back when I was kind of like working with a bunch of real estate agents and stuff like that, it was really easy to grab estate agent leads because like you could literally just go to Trello, Zillow and stuff like that, and you could literally go to like Google and just type in real estate agents in and then location and just scrape a bunch of leads. So it's really easy to get like local business leads. E-commerce business leads are a little bit more difficult, which is why you're here on this video. So let me show you what I've actually found. So the best place I've found to go grab leads is a website called BuiltWith, B-U-I-L-T with W-I-T-H, BuiltWith, basically BuiltWith.com. And this is literally the motherland of e-commerce. The funny thing is, this website will actually show you all Shopify leads and stuff like that, all like live Shopify stores, and you can literally download all like 1 million of them in one Excel sheet. And then what you can do is use a software called Any Mail Finder to actually plug the domains in, and you'll find the business owners' names that way. That right there, if you just listened and rewatched that, I've literally just given you a friggin' holy grail to e-commerce leads. Now these two software are actually paid. I'm not too sure how much BuiltWith is. Any Mail Finder, I believe there's like a monthly plan, or there's like a one-off plan that you can actually get as well. It's not too expensive for what it actually does, because like if you close one e-commerce client from this, that's going to pay itself 10 times over, literally. So I highly recommend you check out that first. Now a lot of people won't tell you this, but like doing this stuff, actually doing the lead sourcing stuff, is like a job in itself. Like the lead sourcing stuff is a job within itself, as in like this is another 9-to-5 fucking job, just finding leads if you don't know what you're doing. Now we all know about the Instagram method, where you go and find like a perfect business. You make sure you have your e-commerce leads and the ideal client avatar kind of laid out. Then you go and find a business on Instagram, and then you hit that little drop down, and you do what I call algorithm hopping, where you hop the algorithm to show you similar accounts basically. So on Instagram, if you're not familiar with this, I'm pretty sure you all are though, which is why I didn't want to mention it. I wanted to give you the BuiltWith method instead. But like, yes, the other method is algorithm hopping on Instagram. Again, like I said, you just literally go to Instagram, you find an e-commerce business. You can even find them online, for example, and then go to their Instagram, which is the best way to do it. Go and find an ideal business on Google first, like literally Google it. Find a perfect business, so you really want to work with this business. You then obviously put them down into an Excel sheet, and then what you would do is open up their Instagram, you click the little drop down button, and what will happen is it will recommend you other companies or other brands, if you will, e-commerce brands that are very, very similar to this initial business that you've just found. And then what you can do is algorithm hop to each and every one, and it will give you a bunch of leads really, really quickly and efficiently. What's even more efficient is literally just using BuiltWith. Again, BuiltWith is literally, it will show you all live Shopify stores, and then you can literally just download the CSV file, and you have like 1 million Shopify stores. With that, again, like I said, you can literally throw that into anymailfinder.com. It's like a little Google Chrome extension as well, I believe they have, and you can literally just find the business owner's email. It's a really, really quick way to do it. But let me talk to you guys about how I've done it. Now, those other methods are great and whatnot, but the Instagram methods still still can be time consuming. If you're doing any other methods such as like going to myip.ms, I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is. If you're not familiar, myip.ms is like a hosting, it shows you where like an IP address. So what you do is you'd go to myip.ms, you would go and type in Shopify's IP address, and then Shopify, obviously because we know Shopify is an e-commerce platform, any store that's really being built on Shopify pretty much is being built there because they want to sell something, which means they're an e-commerce brand. That might be is the key word here, because you still have to look through all of these businesses, take them down and whatnot, write them down, or even put them into an Excel sheet, which is what I do, and then put them into a like Pipedrive, for example, which is a CRM system. So that within itself is like a 9-to-5 fucking job, which is why I just don't do this, which is why I'm going to come on to my method now. Again, like I said, a lot of gurus just kind of breeze past. I've been through everybody's frigging course and they breeze through this lead sourcing stuff like it's easy. Like, this is not easy. This is probably the most time consuming bit of the entire agency. Sending and writing cold emails, easy. That literally can be automated. Not that you should just go and scrape a bunch of leads and automate it. Go and check back on my channel for the video where I mentioned the tips about getting started with cold emails. I know what you guys are gonna do. It's what everybody does at the beginning, and I'm telling you, stop what you're doing right now and listen very, very carefully. Do not, I repeat, do not go and just grab a bunch of leads, find the emails, the info ads and stuff like that, and then just go mass send them a generic template. That is never, ever, ever going to work. In fact, it might work, but you need to literally send like 2,000 emails to even get like 10 responses, and out of those 10 responses, you might get 2 calls or something like that. It's terrible. Don't do it like that. I highly recommend you personalize every single email and never ever send to info ads or customer at or business at. You want the actual business owner's actual direct personal business email, basically. That's what I actually use when I'm reaching out to business owners. Like I said, these gurus and whatnot, I've been through all of their courses, and every time it comes to the lead sourcing stuff, I'm super, super disappointed, which is why I'm probably going to make my own sort of like miniature course just revolving like grabbing leads, emailing, and setting up meetings and stuff like that, because I feel like that bit is heavily slept on in the SMMA industry. Everybody just breezes past it. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all these courses, that you've probably gone through a couple courses yourself, and every time it comes to the lead sourcing stuff and finding leads and how to qualify prospects and stuff like that, they literally just breeze past it like it's easy. Like, that bit in itself is probably more important than the actual outreach. Like, no joke, because if you're reaching out to dead businesses and businesses that can't afford your services, it doesn't matter how good your templates are, they might not be able to afford to pay you, and if they do pay you, they're probably going to be a very, very low amount. So the lead sourcing stuff is pretty much like the holy grail of SMMA. So here's what I did to actually rectify this, and this is my solution. I'm actually teaching my students and whatnot. So you want to hire somebody to do this for you, but you want to be able to do it for yourself first. And what I mean by that is you want to first of all literally sit down and think about who is your ideal e-commerce client, right? And then they'll have certain characteristics, such as they have a certain amount of followers on Instagram. I think there's like 7 different characteristics or traits that I call them. So they have a certain amount of followers on Instagram. They have a certain looking website, basically. They have a good looking website. They have a pixel. They have a certain amount of ads running as well, and a certain amount of employees at the business. Those characteristics identify and kind of tell me that this is a serious brand. They have the money to spend on marketing, and they have the money to invest in the growth of their business, basically. So they're going to be paying me for my services. I also try to check if they have certain website traffic, and what I do is I kind of reverse engineer. There's actually a formula that I teach my students, how to look at their website traffic, divide it by what the average conversion rate is on their website, by their product prices as well, divide that, and you actually get like a very, very rough, very loose estimate as to what their monthly revenue is. And I also have like an ideal revenue number as to what these businesses should be making monthly and annually. So that's the kind of formula that I actually teach my students, and I call this like the 7 prospecting traits, basically. And I take each e-commerce business through this. I actually had to sit down and create this myself. I'm pretty sure if you look back on my channel, you'll see me mentioning this sort of stuff. Then I created what you call a decision tree. So a decision tree is for my outsourcer. So I created a whole like this ideal client avatar thing, this workbook, this cheat sheet, if you will, that kind of list out like who's my ideal avatar. Then what I did was I recorded myself actually lead sourcing and going through these businesses and showing myself what a good business would look like and what bad business would look like. And then I would actually collect the leads, and I would actually do the actual process. So, which by the way, I actually recorded myself doing it the most efficient way as well. So there's a certain way I go to their website, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like a very, it's the same method every single time, basically. Put it that way. I found it to be, if you go here first, then there, there, it turns out to be the most efficient way to just collecting the leads. That's just collecting the leads. Then when it comes to prospecting the leads, there's a certain thing I look for in order. So I click on the website. If it doesn't even have a pixel, I literally just go off it. Like, there's no point even, like, me personally, this is what I recommend. I don't even reach out to businesses, e-commerce businesses that is, without a pixel. Like, there's just no point. Me personally, I'm offering a guarantee at my agency, so if they don't even have website traffic and like a pixel on their page to actually then retarget those people that are already landing on their page, there's just no point, because it's going to be super difficult for me to generate results for, even though I have a killer media buyer. So I personally have this checklist and this decision tree. So this decision tree is basically like what it sounds like. If this, then do that. So it's like, top, it will be like, you click on their website. Does it look good? Yes or no. If it doesn't look good, delete them. If it looks good, check to see if they have a pixel. Do they have a pixel? Yes or no? No, delete them. Yes, look on to this next step. That's what a decision tree basically is. It's like an actual sheet that looks like a decision tree. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. It kind of looks like those, have you ever seen like the evolution of like an ape, where it shows you like one species and then it evolves into a next species, and then that species also branches off to that species, basically like that. But it's a little bit different because it has like either or, like yes or no type of thing. So that is what I created for myself and for my lead sources. So what I did was I then went and hired lead sources to do this for me. I literally paid them $80 to $100 for 200 leads, 200 qualified leads. They actually take them through this checklist each and every time. Like, no joke, it's amazing. It beats out any automation software, of course, because automation is very, very good, but humans are always going to be better at certain tasks than robots. This is one of those tasks where a human will always outperform automation, because you can literally see what the website looks like. You can get a feel for their vibe of their brand. You can see all sorts of little intricate details that a machine just cannot do, unless the machine is like some sort of crazy super advanced AI, which is not like that yet, because we live in 2012. We're not in 2090 or some shit like that. But anyway, that's what I highly recommend you do. Hire somebody. It's actually cheaper than what it sounds. Like $80 for 200 leads. Literally, you're paying 4 cents per lead. I'm going to repeat that. 4 cents for a qualified e-commerce lead. You can't even do that when you're advertising on Facebook. What the fuck? Like, this is extremely cheap. That 4 cents per lead, that lead could literally turn into $2,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 per month. And then emailing is obviously free unless you use a software like Lemlist, which is what I use, just because it helps me keep track of my follow-ups. And I just don't see the point in, like, if I'm gonna send an initial email and then the follow-ups are just going to be 3 days later, for example. I just feel like it should be handled by a software, instead of me having to manually remember, oh, I need to follow up with these 10 leads that I messaged 3 days ago. Like, that just makes sense to me. Again, I know you guys are gonna get giddy and be like, oh, Montel said automation, yeah, let's go and scrape some leads and send to info @ and send 2,000 emails a day without personalizing them. No, that's not what I'm saying. But anyway, guys, that's how I kind of go about doing my lead sourcing. Again, couple strategies for you is BuiltWith, because I know a lot of people complain in the e-commerce industry that there's no quote unquote directory. This is the directory. Like, this will show you all the live Shopify stores. You can even set certain filters, I believe, where it shows you top Shopify stores that are making a certain amount of revenue, and you can filter all by that good stuff. And you can obviously then throw them into any mail finder, find the emails of the actual business owners. Then there's the obviously algorithm hopping on Instagram, which is what I like to call it. Obviously, you can manually find them on Google. Literally just type in a sub niche. So, you know, men's clothing brands, women's fitness brands, that sort of stuff you can type in. If you're gonna do this manually through Google, I recommend you only do it kind of like once or twice. And what I mean by that is, go to Google. I don't mean once or twice in your entire life. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is, find just one initial perfect business, basically, and then what you want to do is take that business and then algorithm hop using Instagram's algorithm, basically. So you want to take that perfect business, your perfect ideal client avatar, and then put that into Instagram, hit the little drop down, and it will show you businesses that are very, very similar and have similar characteristics to that perfect business that you've just found. That's how you would do that. Then there's obviously the lead sourcing stuff, which is, I think, the right way to do it, because I feel like if you're going to start a business, the key is not to go at this all alone. Because if you're going to do the lead sourcing yourself and then the outreach and then you're going to manage the clients as well yourself, you're not a business owner. You're basically a slave to your business. No joke. You're literally at that point just a slave. So I highly recommend you put the right people in place for the right job. So I found a really awesome lead sourcer. He actually has a team of people doing this for me as well. So like, I only pay him like $100 for 200 leads. So it's like 5 cents per lead. Super cheap. Like, just think about how much time that's saving you. Kid you not. Like, some of this sort of stuff, when I was first teaching my lead source, I didn't really have the system down. He told me he generated he found 3 leads in 6 hours. Like, that's when we didn't have a system. Then I created the system for him and kind of refined it and showed him how to do this and recorded it using Loom, and then sent him the Loom videos. So I've recorded it once, and now I get to use that training every time I hire a lead sourcer, if I need to hire another lead sourcer, which at this point I have a lead sourcer with the right price, with the right skills, that sort of stuff. So the quality of leads are actually amazing, every single one of them. Because again, I've taught him what a quality lead looks like. So that's how I go about it. And again, like I said, not a lot of gurus will tell you this, but like just the lead sourcing stuff in itself is a 9-to-5 job. It takes so friggin' long. So I just recommend you outsource it or use BuiltWith or some sort of automation software, if I'm being honest with you. But even with automation software, it's still gonna pull in like bogus leads that are not qualified, which is why I just highly recommend you outsource it from the beginning. If you don't have the money for outsourcing, literally just go to Upwork and start applying to jobs on Upwork to get that cash flow in first, and then go and start building a e-commerce agency. That's how I highly recommend you do it. But anyway, guys, I hope that you found this insightful. Hope that this has helped you out a little bit. Yeah, make sure you're outsourcing this sort of stuff. Make sure you know how to do it first though. That's the key. Make sure you know how to do it first and you have a proper system down first, and then teach that system to somebody else to find you leads that are actually of high quality. And I'm talking like the actual business owner's email address as well, proper brands that have, you know, fit in within your criteria, that sort of stuff. But anyway, guys, hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.